Jesus Christ, the Logos and Son of God. If we read from Matthew chapter 16 verses 15 to 16. It says, "But who do you say that I am? Only Simon Peter answered him, You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus is the mediator, but the title means more than someone between God and man. He is not just a third party between God and humanity. This is because, as true God, he brings God to mankind. As true man, he brings mankind to God. Most Christians generally consider Jesus to be the Christ, the long-awaited Messiah, as well as the one and only Son of God. The opening words in the Gospel of Mark chapter verse 1 reads, "The beginning of the Gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God," provides Jesus with the two distinct attributions as Christ and as the Son of God. His divinity is again reaffirmed in Mark chapter 1 verse 11. Which says, "And a voice came from heaven, You are my Son, whom I love, with you I am well pleased." And Matthew chapter 1 verse 1, which begins by calling Jesus the Christ, and in verse 16, explains it again with the affirmation, Jesus, who is called Christ. In the Pauline epistles, the word Christ is so closely associated with Jesus. Apparently, for the early Christians, there was no need to claim that Jesus was Christ, for that was considered widely accepted among them. This is why Paul could use the term Christos, with no confusion about who it is referred to, and as in 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 15, and Romans chapter 12 verse 5, he could use expressions such as, in Christ, to refer to the followers of Jesus. In the New Testament, the title, Son of God, is applied to Jesus on many occasions, from the Annunciation up to the crucifixion. The declaration that Jesus is the Son of God is made by many individuals in the New Testament. Moreover, on two separate occasions, by God the Father, as a voice from heaven, and as asserted by Jesus himself. In Christology, the concept that Christ is the Logos, that is, the Word, has been important in establishing the doctrine of the divinity of Christ, and his position as God the Son, in the Trinity, as set forth in the Chalcedonian Creed. This derives from the opening of the Gospel of John, commonly translated into English as, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Logos in the original Koine Greek is translated as word, and in theological discourse, this is often left in its English transliterated form, logos. The pre-existence of Christ refers to the existence of Christ before his incarnation as Jesus. One of the relevant New Testament passages is John chapter 1 verses 1 to 18, where, in the Trinitarian view, Christ is identified with a pre-existent divine hypostasis, called the Logos or Word. This doctrine is reiterated in John chapter 17 verse 5, which says, "And now, Father, glorify me in your own presence, with the glory that I had with you before the world existed." When Jesus refers to the glory which he had with the Father before the world was during the farewell discourse. John chapter 17 verse 24 also refers to the Father loving Jesus before the foundation of the world. Non-Trinitarian views about the pre-existence of Christ vary, with some rejecting it and others accepting it. Following the Apostolic Age, from the 2nd century forward, several controversies developed about how the human and divine nature are related within the person of Jesus. Eventually, in the year 451, the concept that Jesus is fully divine and human. However, differences among Christian denominations continued thereafter, with some rejecting the hypostatic union in favor of Monophysitism.